This is Pamela Haines from Homes by Pam and powered by Keller Williams Portfolio Realty in Toronto. And today I'm going to be talking to you about my predictions for the real estate rental market for the rest of 2021. And I'm going to start right now. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and also the notification button so I can share some great information like this with you in the future. And I don't want you to miss anything. Hitting the subscribe button only takes 1 second and really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Without further ado, let's get into it. The real estate rental market for 2021. It's been anything but normal. So we've seen this lack of normalcy since the beginning of the pandemic. The Canadian housing market has deviated from the norm since probably close to March or April of 2020. We've seen record-breaking figures. You've seen it in the media, you've seen it on my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube, my other videos, and like I said, plastered all over the media. So the rental market is not unique in this respect. Pandemic-related changes that have been ongoing since 2020 have been very prevalent in this rental market as well. So what have we seen? You're probably asking. Well, you probably know already. We've seen a much higher supply, which is pent up from the pandemic in terms of rentals available. Why has this been? Well, we've seen a decrease in immigration. We've seen less need for post-secondary school housing. We've seen an acceleration of households moving to the burbs. Drive until you qualify. I talk about this in another video. So in Toronto, we've also seen landlords desperate to get renters, like move-in incentives, lower deposit rates, or lower deposits required, or free rents for a month. Soon we'll see the reopening of the border between Canada and the US. And with this, we'll get increased immigration, increased rental demands for students as well, like I mentioned. One thing I think we'll see is that lower income groups will have an ability to participate in the housing market to some extent. And this will be based on analysis of the market, and individuals that are experts in the market will find a place for them, whether it's in the rental market, etc. Now, we've seen vacancy rates rise since January. This is based on CMHC reports. The rental prices in these cities, such as Toronto, keep rising. Although they're down from last year, they're still on the rise. And the entry-level price for a renter to move from a rental situation to a buying situation becomes increasingly more difficult and complex, and the jump is just too great. In the resale market, we've seen an extraordinary demand, which has outpaced the supply, and also soaring prices. And industry experts are perplexed, and they're trying to address this lack of housing and also the affordability issue, because it's one tight woven mess. The average one-bedroom condo that we've seen in terms of rental has come down over 15% from last year. So on the one hand, we're seeing a resurgence in the rental market, which is generally a precursor for economic recovery, which we should see in the latter part of 2021. But we've also seen an increase in the number of leases and a declining rate in rent, which is also perplexing. So what should we expect to see? Well, I'll tell you, with mass immunization or mass vaccinations happening, there'll be less requirements for social distancing, there'll be more housing demand, and since people will be able to visit offices or go back to work, to some extent, they'll be able to visit restaurants, movie theaters, stadiums, concerts, and move to a more normal way of living. There'll be more demand for workers to go back to work, and probably more immigration, more students, and more students requiring housing. There'll be a more demand for what we normally see, and so more of a demand for housing and rentals. So if these market conditions continue to tighten, we will see a true rise in rents. So rents are likely to grow even faster for ground-oriented, larger than average dwellings. So I hope you found this information helpful. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and provide your comments below. and all my contact information is in the description below. This is Pamela Haines from Homes by Pam, helping you with your real estate matters.